Greetings. Myself Sudiksha Sarcar, student of Amity International School, Sector 46, Gurugram, studying in grade 11. A learned man once said that it takes a lot of blue to stay green. Save water, save lives. Following the same words, today I shall be talking about the ongoing water crisis in India. Though not highlighted, it is a fact that more than 70,000 villages in India still do not have access to continuous fresh water. The rivers which flow through many of these regions are also incapable to suffice their needs. Now, the question arises why? It is because the water quality of these rivers is not up to the mark. This makes the rejuvenation process of these rivers much more important. India is a country of diverse culture and religion, a few of which consider specific rivers sacred. This makes these rivers excessively prone to quality wise standard degradation. The Yamuna and the Ganges are just to mention a few. Another threat to the rivers of India is dumping of unprocessed and unfiltered sewage and industrial waste into the water bodies. Chemical elements like cyanide, zinc, copper, lead, mercury, etc., often found in the water disposed in the rivers, contaminates it. All of the aforementioned reasons makes river rejuvenation in our country a must. Let's talk about some revival processes. The Art of Living River Rejuvenation Project, based in India, is an initiative towards the same taken by a private organization. It has a viable budget of 150 to 170 crores. This project has dual objective. First, it aims at resuscitating rivers such as the Kumudwati River based in Bangalore, Vedwati River flowing through Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, and lastly the Manjara River flowing through Latur. One common thing among all these rivers undertaken by this project is all of them are sourced by Kaveri. The other focus of this project is the MG Narega scheme. This project has been duly approved by the Government of India primarily because it supports a national welfare scheme, that is the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Under the due course of the completion of this project, over 1 lakh residents of rural India have been put to work and have been guaranteed their fair share of wages for a minimum duration of 2 years. Besides private organizations, the government too has taken steps to work upon the problem at hand. Some of the well-known names of the government-funded river rejuvenation projects are GAP, which stands for Ganga Action Plan, YAP, that is the Yamuna Action Plan, and Namami Gange. As per the goals set by the Ganga Action Plan, one major accomplishment that has been made by the concerned authorities is scaling down of tertiary pollution activities. Bathing in holy rivers, immersion of ashes, offering flowers and idols have been scaled down to limited areas only, on the ends of which basic processing units have been set up that are instrumental in waving off the harmful germs that would have otherwise affected the availability of fresh water throughout the course of river flow. The department undertaking in India which works upon rejuvenating the water bodies is the Ministry of Jal Shakti. According to the 2019 annual report of the Ministry of Jal Shakti, water quality of rivers in India have seen a negative flux. And as a remedy, it also states that if the government and the people work hand in hand, the problem can be resolved. However, to bring about a change around us, we must not always look up. We must always look at ourselves. For what can we do on a personal level? This aligns well with the problem of degrading rivers as well. In spite of the fact that government and non-government organizations are doing what they can do on their level, we can too take small steps to conserve fresh water. Just as an innovative example, we could make provisions at our respective homes of washing hands in such a basin which refills the main tank for the purpose of flushing. Though this wouldn't improve the quality of water in rivers, it would just ensure that the minimal availability of fresh water in rivers is not used unnecessarily. On an interesting note, I would also like to state that the Naxalites, who are considered as backward tribes or the communities who cannot adjust to city life by the stereotypical minds, have had a huge hand in conserving the rivers of India. Most of the Naxalite settlements are placed right on the banks of rivers so that they can carry out their agricultural and fishing activities at ease. Considering these water bodies as a secondary source of their livelihood after forests, they can go to any extents to conserve them. The Narmada Bachao Andolan would be an appropriate example of the same. After all, river is an example of community resource, and the balanced benefit of all the stakeholders of this resource should be taken into consideration. On an even broader aspect than individual cells and nationwide initiatives, the United Nations also highlights poor water quality of rivers as a major problem. On 1st January 2016, 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or as we call it the SDGs of the 2030 Agenda, was adopted by the UN Summit. Three of these goals support the sustenance of river quality as well. Now, I will be talking about the same, supporting each one with an example from a lockdown diaries to curb the spread of the novel COVID-19 virus. The first one in sequence is goal 6, that is clean water and sanitation. The main objective of this goal is to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Talking of the current scenario, billions of people throughout the world still lack access to safely managed water and sanitation services and basic hand washing facilities at home, which are critical for preventing the spread of COVID 19. Another sustainable development goal, which goes hand in hand with my topic of river rejuvenation, is SDG 12, that is sustainable consumption and production. The pandemic offers countries an opportunity to build a recovery plan that will reserve current trends of destructive impacts on the planet and change consumption and production patterns towards a sustainable future. This shall also ensure equitable distribution of availability of freshwater resources in the currently dry locations. The last goal that I believe has direct relation with the topic I am discussing currently is goal 14, that is life below water. It primarily aims to conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Current efforts to protect the key marine environments and small scale fisheries and invest in ocean science are not meeting the urgent needs to protect this vast and fragile resource. That was all from my end, but innovation and attempts must go on to resuscitate the quality of water bodies and revive the rivers of India so that the future generations do not face any shortages because of overuse by that of ours. It is said that the wars of 21st century will be fought over water. To avoid that for our own benefit, for our own good, we better become aware of the crisis and put our hands to work for a cause of national and international benefit. I would like to end with do the earth a favor, be a water saver. Thank you and have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe, stay happy.